Hey, I had to remake Lathe. I got the map to a point where I was pretty happy with the layout, but I thought it was basically a little large for Dual, which is what it's being optimized for. Um, so I'd been working on another map, Tiny Deck, and I was really enjoying the extremely kind of small scale of it. Which I'm not sure is actually that small because this scale, this smaller scale, actually looks right with the character, and yeah, it doesn't really work for deathmatch, I guess, unless you were to make the map larger, which means the areas would look really large in scale, but really large, rather than an average scale, rather than an average size area with a kind of very large scale. Confusing. ut4 scale is confusing, but yeah. So I'm pretty actually happy with the way this remade. All of these things are 400 wide, so that's 400, that's 400, that's 400. This is 800. Um, which in previous maps, if I would have made this area, it would have been at least 1000 wide for that area, and I would make most platforms 600 wide, which means areas which doubled up with two platform widths would be 1200, making it pretty large once you have an open area. It also has been simplified, and of course, because of the scale changes, there needed to be a few little changes. For example, in the previous lathe, which was bigger, flak was there, and that was fine because it took longer to get. So, but with flak there in this map, it was really quick for someone to come in and get a revenge frag. So having them need to come all the way. Well, they start at the top, number one. They start here for flak, so they get flak. It gives the other opponent a bit of time to get into whatever situation he needs to be in to deal with the respawning player. This used to be armor. Armor's now over here, just to spread it out a little bit more again, same kind of reason. And I actually think that's fine. It works fine with the concept of the map, which is that the respawning player stacks up on the top level here before has a bit of time to get back into the game. Which of course, with a really small map, is actually more challenging than on a larger scale map, where there's more distance between sides of the map. So it's harder on a larger scale map to get those respawn frags, I guess, unless it's really open. Health, and same thing again with health. Health has been here for basically all the lathe iterations. I moved it up here just basically. I mean, in a way, it is kind of still on the ground because you're just hitting one pad and you're getting up here. But it's basically putting the player. It would usually be the player, I guess, who has just got a frag would be coming for health, or in the middle of a engagement. I just think it makes it more interesting, rather than have it just down there. It's more opportunity for some kind of creative gameplay, I guess. Okay, what else? I have minimized the number of kind of trick jumps you can do around the map. You can still do it here, but it's not as easy like that. Just because it's so quick to get around already, and having these little shortcuts is not really helping anything. It's not even really necessary. You can still probably do some stuff, but a little bit hard to do under pressure, maybe. Yeah, so I mean, I'll probably even on my next version, I'll probably get rid of the ability to do this. Although it doesn't really increase much speed because you're coming down here and you're down here, and just having this, like something like this, is probably okay because it's basically not a speed. It's not increasing your speed around the map. It's just kind of giving you another option. This could be problematic though, if you can actually jump to shield, which I'm pretty sure you could. So things like that I'm trying to minimize. Basically when I find them, I'm minimizing them. Yeah, so for example, shield player should have to go low after getting the shield. So this is the fastest possible way to get back up, and I actually think that's too fast, so I'm going to put a beam or something there, or lower this. I'll lower this so this is not possible. That's what I'll do. But yeah, like so you used to be able to dodge through here to get up to there. So basically things like that will be cut out, so it's just very straight kind of gameplay where you always know what your opponent's options are. So being small like that, well, it's not so much knowing what your opponent's options are. It's more like, I mean that works well in duel anyway, but it's more just to cut down the shortcuts so that the speed of players around the map is predictable and they don't just appear from somewhere and just, you know, with tri-rocks or whatever. Not even sure about this actually. Anyway, it's probably fine. Yeah, so having a map this small it has challenges. Tiny deck maybe it was more straightforward. There are ways to get across the map fairly quickly, but it can get out of hand too. But I think, I don't know, I think it feels good. It feels good to play, it feels good to move around. So I'm liking making maps on this smaller scale. Just for scale, this is 200 by 200. This is the default geometry cube that you block into that you drop into a map. So, you know, often that would look 2/3 the size of what it does in one of my maps. Of course, it's completely relative scale, so when you're standing here looking at a view like this, it's difficult to feel the scale until you're running around it. You can't really see it. You can see I don't know, you might see that this jump pad looks bigger here than it might on some maps, and that's the scale. Okay, so yay, lathe. This is another freaking 6-month project. Yeah, but I honestly think that this is nearly done, and I mean the shell version, which is basically all I'm really concerned about at this point. I'm not particularly good at meshing maps out, so I'm not sure if I will bother, because I don't think people really care either. Yeah, and I like the kind of flat design style of shell maps as well. It's kind of easy on the eyes, visually clear. Lighting's been fun on this map. Although I think there's too many point lights that kind of make up for the bad world lighting, or well, not bad, just the difficult world lighting. Nice coloured skylight with it. Also a very warm directional light. Yeah. This is occasionally problematic because the rocket player spawns here and they go like this and this, but you know, it's a tiny map. Rockets are the thing to watch out for on this map, so that's probably, you know, an appropriately easy little challenge to get rockets. Alright, give it a whirl. UTCC. Alright.